general session number 4. So I wanted to check back in with you this morning. Happy Saturday, everyone. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Happy birthday to everyone who celebrates a birthday today, guys. Just wanted to give you guys a shout out. Hope you're having a wonderful day, guys. May this be your best birthday ever. Everybody is coming in for the general session, and everybody is getting ready for the 10-year walk.
If you were expecting to walk this morning, surprise, we've mixed it up a bit. You'll be celebrated this evening at awards night. Please enjoy your seat.
Hey, Rick. Happy 10-year anniversary, everybody who's celebrating 10 years with Scentsy. So right now, everyone is getting ready to line up for the 10-year walk with Scentsy. So congratulations to everyone who has made it 10 years with Scentsy. Yay! Woohoo! So everybody is getting ready to go behind stage, to walk across the stage for the 10-year anniversary. Hey, Heather. Hey, Mama. Yeah. So we get up early and just party, y'all. These things be fun. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, I'm live. Sorry. No, not right now. Sorry. Here, go get go to my table.
Take your seats. The session is about to begin.
Anyway, guys, you see they dancing? She's killing it over here. Look at her. Woo! See, that's what we do early in the morning. Love you guys.
Vice President of Consultant Development and Training, Deborah.
Check back in with you later, guys.
I am so happy to be here with you.
Yes, I'm right up front, Heather.
A lot of time over these last few days talking about overcoming barriers to your success. building up your knowledge and resources, and motivating you to live a life without limits. Like to talk to you, I have a slightly different perspective on our theme, in that when you realize what or who is truly important in your life, there is no limit to what you will do for it or for them. When you clearly identify your why, something we talk about a lot, there is nothing you will allow to get in your way, regardless of how hard or scary or uncomfortable it makes you. I learned this lesson 1 year ago this month, as I sat with my 19-year-old daughter in a Mesa, Arizona restaurant, anxiously waiting to meet her birth mom, Marissa. I had thought hundreds of times about the next 24 hours, but I still didn't know exactly what to expect or what it would teach me about living without limits. The journey to that day started 19 years earlier, when my husband and I sat anxiously in a meeting room in York, Pennsylvania, waiting to pick up our newborn daughter, who'd been born the day before to her birth mother. Our 3-hour placement meeting was an emotional one that ended with the promise that I would do the best I could as Anne's mom and send letters and photos regularly for the next 18 years to help keep Anne's birth mom up to date. At 18, my daughter had the choice of how and when she wanted to reconnect with her birth family, something Anne and I had talked about with increasing frequency leading up to that last letter. Anne also knew that Marissa, her birth mom, would have a choice in the how and when of that reconnection. I sent the final letter with our contact information via the post office through the adoption agency to Marissa. Within hours of receiving the letter, she responded via email to say that she and her family couldn't wait to meet Anne, the young woman they'd talked about and thought about every day for years. The young woman after which 2 of Marissa's own children were named. The daughter, granddaughter, cousin, and half-sibling they weren't sure they'd ever meet in person. Anne and I met Marissa at a restaurant where the 2 of them got to know each other as I facilitated some of the conversation, but mostly marveled at the magnitude of that meeting. And how thrilled I was that my daughter now had so many more people in her corner. And at the same time, how unsettling it was to wonder how my relationship with my daughter might change as a result. We spent that night with Marissa and her family, her husband and her kids, and the following day with everyone who'd been at that initial placement meeting 19 years before, except my husband, along with their spouses and children. The extended family meeting included pictures with my daughter and her birth mom's family, Anne's birth grandparents, and her birth cousins. Now, as someone who likes some sense of control, I have to tell you, I was completely out of my element and in uncharted, no limits territory. It was as if I had removed my heart from my chest and put it in somebody else's hands, trusting that they would take care of it, and also hoping that at least part of it would eventually make its way back to me. And in spite of those feelings, there was no limit to what I would do or will do, because there was no limit in what Marissa did for us 19 years ago. For me, no limits means stepping beyond where I can see and have control of the future into where I can't. to step forward in spite of fear and in hope of something better. Those steps 19 years ago allowed me to become a mom. And those steps a year ago added dozens of other family members to Anne's family who stand with me to love, support, and encourage my daughter. Anne's birth family is so grateful to now be a part of her life, and I am forever grateful that Marissa and her family are a part of ours. She's amazing. You know, it's not every day you have the opportunity to join a family, but I don't think you can ever have too many people in your corner supporting you and loving you. When you join Scentsy, you have an opportunity to do just that. I like to think that's how the 187 consultants celebrating 10 years with Scentsy felt when they joined. They saw an opportunity to be a part of something bigger than themselves, to do something that was perhaps scary or uncomfortable, and come through it a better, stronger, and kinder person. They've been waiting 10 whole years to celebrate this Scentiversary, so let's not make them wait any longer. Let's give it up for our 10-year consultants.
Samantha Baker, Yvonne Britton, Rodney and Sam Pennington, Jenny Jones, Krista Thames, Stacy Ingstrom, Lindsay Conan Mitchell, Sandy Nicola, Orion Fahey, Shirley Mossberg, Deanna Smith, Joanne Ellington, Holly Snow, Andrea Conley, Amy Hanford, Lindy Patterson, Heather Waller, Jerry Boone, Casey Patrick, Tracy Cleveland, Angie Rose, Carmela Quintana, Trish Sexton, Sharon Arns, Christy and Fred Pollock, Shelley Sharp,
night to get lucky.
Nicole Moore. Shanna Giles. Atkins. Eileen West. Christy White. Karina DeVos. Heather B. Allison Woods. Sharon Warshaw. Christy Thomas. Janine Brunson. Luann Euler. Angie Cameron. Denise Hernandez. Kendra Lewis. Heather Limoli. Jamie and Paul Sullivan. Paula Hall. Jen Smith. Ann Smith. Renee Christensen. Kristen Zimmerman. Dana Davenport. Rachel Giger. Lori Jones. Steph Swindell. Tiffany Miller. Carolyn Jagger. Mary Yates. Shannon Grant. Tina Schiffbauer. Heather Brooklyn. Nicole Woodson. Katrina and Mike Rook. Terry Powers. Jessica Miller. Emily Bain. Jim and Misty Mills. Jen Audette. Sydney Manning.
Congratulations.
And Kevin Lynch. Robert Courtney. Samantha Brown. Holly Rayburn. That's Hackendahl. Trish McPhee.
Congratulations! Congratulations, sweetheart! I love you!
Elsie Maldonado. Eva Burnett. Carlos and Elizabeth
Go Tracy!
Lowe. Kathy Kennel. Claire. Len Askey.
Go Jennifer!
Mary Rosenberger. Becky Watson. Lindsay Trial. Allison Adams. Shane Smith. Karen Venice.
Woo! Go Karen!
Denise Hobbs. Jenna O'Grady. Karen Delta. Anne and Tony Scott.
We're up all night to get lucky.
Ruth Hussenby. Tara Brown.
Get lucky.
Casey Geronimo. Gloria Peñas.
Get lucky. Get lucky.
Terry Gilman. Trina and Jim Butler. Jocelyn Lanham. Lisa Barrington.
Go Terry!
Jillian and Corey Hagan. Nicole Steyer. Please welcome Bethany Vanderzen.
Go Bethany, better late than never. Oh my God.
Barb and
Woo!
So now let's give them all a big
Congratulations.
It's so fun standing backstage. I recognized many of our tenure consultants from our leadership workshop earlier this week. To prepare for that event, we did a word cloud of topics that our leaders wanted to hear about, and a major theme was resilience, something we've also heard since in SFR. More specifically, we talked about how to bounce back from difficulties that we encounter in our lives and businesses. The more I learn from consultants, the more I get to interact with all of you, the more I think that what separates consultants who stick around from those who fizzle out is in fact resilience. We all encounter challenges along the way, some big, some small. But when those doubts appear in your mind and those setbacks appear in your path, the question becomes, how will you overcome them and keep moving forward? That's the question we've invited our 2018 Alice Kalilimoku Shining Stars to answer. Scentsy family, please welcome to the stage your 2018 Shining Stars, Becca Levi and Callie Petticourt.
Woo!
Just making wishes.
Oh, me too. I got a really special one. Do you hear that?
Yeah, I do. Kind of sounds like wishes and dreams.
Oh my gosh, would you look at that? I don't think we're alone. Any of you out there making wishes and dreaming of big Scentsy success? And growing a big team?
But how many of them do you think have shared the business opportunity within the last few days or week?
Okay, how about this? Raise your hand if you have dreamed of winning the lottery or wished really hard to win the lottery. Raise your hands. Okay, now keep your hands up if you've recently bought a lottery ticket, even in the last 60 days.
What do you think the difference is between those who simply wish they could win the lottery and those who actually took the actions of buying a lottery ticket? Expectation. Those who truly believe it's possible to win buy tickets. Those that don't expect to win don't.
Exactly, because here's the thing. We don't get what we wish for. We get what we expect. Because when we expect something, we do something. We take action. Now this is the first part of the formula of success, and it's all about our expectations, because we actually do or don't do things based on what we expect our results to be, not our wishes.
So why do you think that understanding wishes versus expectation is so important?
Because most of us think that wanting and wishing for something hard enough and long enough is enough, yet wishing has zero to do with success.
Exactly. If we don't expect results, then we don't put in the effort. So the first thing that we need to do to take our businesses to the next level is build up our belief, or other words, raise our expectations.
See, once we truly believe something is possible for us, then we expect results. And when we expect results, we take action, like buying a lottery ticket.
Now wait. We're not saying to run out and buy a lottery ticket right now. Because the truth is, you purchased the best lottery ticket possible when you joined our Scentsy family.
And the great your odds with winning with Scentsy, because you are in complete control of your expectations and your actions. In fact, as a Scentsy consultant, you could earn as much or more as doctors or lawyers do. Now, how's that for raising your expectations?
Ooh.
Of course, you need to have that level of success as an expectation first. So then you can take the necessary actions to get there. So now, you know what the winning lottery ticket is, you have it, and we're raising our expectations. What's next?
Do you think they know? Do you think they know what they can expect, as sure as they can expect the sun to rise and the moon and the stars to shine at night?
Pay close attention, because the answer is the second part of the formula that you need to change everything.
Here it is, hashtag doubt.
Yep, doubting yourself, doubting the business model, doubting Scentsy, doubting that you can succeed. Doubt, doubt, doubt is the issue. And it's a daily struggle.
Yep, doubt comes up daily, just like the sun and the moon and the stars. But here's the thing. If you start to understand that it's just normal, part of life, then you can come up with a solution. For example, when the sun goes down and it gets dark, do you get all terrified and hide? No, because you were taught to expect it. So you simply turn on the lights.
Or for some of us, we ask Alexa. But seriously, what can we do what do we do when we can't see past the darkness of doubt?
Ooh, the darkness of doubt. Well, we have to make a plan to get past it so we can move on to the success that's our birthright. So now when I think back to when I started the Scentsy business 11 years ago, I had high expectations for what was possible. But once I started to see those, the first doubts I faced were unworthy and not good enough. I got so paralyzed with this that I literally climbed in bed for 3 days in the fetal position, covered up my head, and was just beating myself up. This was not working for anything. So I decided I better make a plan. So I wrote down a list of the things that were working, like plugging in 3 to 5 warmers a day for people and sharing with them my genuine enthusiasm for owning my own business for $99. And then I asked them if they had ever dreamed of being their own business owner too. And then I went out there and I put my plan back into action. But of course, because it's normal, doubt came up fast and furious. So this time I used affirmations to move forward. I literally taped them everywhere. There wasn't an inch of our walls uncovered. Now, one of the most powerful affirmations for me was if I would just do what highly successful people do, I would be highly successful too. Because then it didn't matter. I didn't have to be cute enough like Callie, or perfect, or clever, or all of those things. And I learned I couldn't say the wrong thing to the right person, or the right thing to the wrong person. So see, these affirmations changed my expectation. So I went out, one doubt, one action at a time, and I made things happen. And you can too. It just boils down to do.
Now, it's easier to share these experiences and stories that once we lived through them. But it doesn't mean that in those moments, we aren't completely frozen with doubt and fear. So how do we unfreeze so that we can take the necessary actions to be successful? A few years back, I was heading home from Scentsy Family Reunion in Nashville. And as I was standing in the airport, I saw a girl sitting against the wall, and she appeared to be having an emotional breakdown. As I and many other passengers watched from afar, I assumed we were having the same types of thoughts. Is she okay? Should I go check on her? How could I possibly help? As I stood there with the hundreds of other passengers, the lessons that we had learned from Mel Robbins that past week popped into my mind. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, take action. I walked over to her, squatted down, whipped out a bag of chocolate, and said, I don't know what you're going through, but I have some chocolate, and I know chocolate makes everything better. Do you mind if I sit with you? She looked up at me with red eyes and nodded. We sat in silence for several minutes before we started talking. It turned out that she was having a massive anxiety attack and just couldn't snap out of it. She really needed a distraction, and in that moment, I was it. Now, I wish I could tell you that since then we connected on social media, that she turned out to be our rock star team member or VIP customer. She didn't. But the lessons I learned from that experience were much more valuable. For many of you, that action could have been as simple as getting up in the morning and brushing your teeth. But for me, It was hard. I truly felt I had nothing to offer her and I wasn't good enough. My doubt and my fear were real and crippling.
Now, how many of you are faced with feelings like this every day? Of course you are. Why? Because it's normal. It doesn't matter how successful you get. It's just part of everyone's day.
So, when you're experiencing these feelings, remember, again, doubt's normal. We have to relax into it. It will always be a part of our journey, but what matters is what we do with it. Next, implement Mel Robbins' 5-4-3-2-1 and take action method into your daily life. Because that story may not seem as though it was related to your business, but it is. Because how you do anything is how you do everything. Every time we take action to push past fear and doubt, we gain more confidence in ourselves, which will show up in our businesses.
Now, we have shared with you a very simple formula to truly change everything. But here's the thing, from the bottom of my Scentsy Mama heart, if you don't like the way your life is, your relationships are, or your business is, it's because your expectations suck. So don't settle. Never settle. So first, make sure that you are operating from the highest expectations and forget the wishes. Second, train your brain to treat doubt as common as the air that you breathe. And make your plan, know your plan, and work your plan.
If you want to break through excuses and literally experience no limits in your lives and Scentsy businesses, then you must evaluate, raise your expectations, accept doubt as normal, and make a plan to deal with it.
Now we have no doubt, we love you guys, we have no doubt that you can do anything that your heart desires.
Stop wishing,
Raise those expectations.
start doing, and go crush your goals.